Hello, I am going to tell you a little bit about my game called Passepartout. And if you notice, my game includes a very large world map, some transportation cards, some destination cards, and some transportation pieces that will help claim the trails and paths that we have on our route. This game is for ages 9 and up, for 2 to 4 players, about a 4th grade reading level or better. No previous knowledge is required to play this game. However, geography and basic addition skills and strategy skills will be utilized during this game. Players will take on the role of either Passepartout or another traveler. Players do not necessarily have any gender or appearance. They can just be Passepartout or themselves. The game board is a world map with routes that are marked out in different colors. Each color represents a different mode of transportation. So you notice that the orange ones would be trains. So for instance, we have the Orient Express marked out here in orange on our map. We also have yellow for boats, so those would be in any body of water. We have the pink ones would be airplanes, and so those give us quite a few routes that we can choose from for our planes. And then of course we have green is cars, and so those definitely have to be on land. Our different markers are used to help us figure out which path we are going to take and help us to claim those. To start out the game, players will receive 3 route cards. Those are these cards here. You notice that they have points, and the object is to have the most points by the end of the game. You can earn points by using completing your route. You can earn points by having the longest route, or you can also earn points by going all the way around the world. And finally, of course, we add up each one of the routes on the map that you would have claimed along your way. To start the game, we have our route cards. You get 4 transportation cards, and you get to pick out your pieces. I have chosen the orange ones, and I've borrowed those pieces from a game called Trek to Zion, as they fit perfectly for what I'm wanting to do today. At the end of the game, players will add up all their points, and if they did not meet their routes, did they not complete their routes, then those points will be deducted from their score. 10 points will be awarded for using all of their pieces. 10 points will be awarded for making it all the way around the world, or 5 points can be added for the longest continuous route. And then we also have a points system that is used when you're adding up how many little pieces that you used on your game. So in order to play this game, I have a player. In your turn, you can either choose another transportation card, you can choose another destination card, or you can claim a path. So right now I have in my hand, I have 3 transportation cars. So I need to look for a green route that only has 3 available. But I am also thinking that I'm trying to get from Tokyo to Hawaii and Paris to Seoul, Korea. So I'm trying to look at those routes as well and see if I can find a way to make that match and work out okay for me. So as I'm looking across the board, I am finding over here some paths that would be on my route. Obviously, I cannot use a car from Tokyo to Hawaii, so that's not going to work too well for me. However, I'm looking for some other routes over here, and I'm not finding too many that are on my route right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and draw another transportation card and see what I get. Now I have 4 cars, and so I can be able to pick another route. And what I can do is I can take my 4 cards that I have done here, and I'll put them in my discard pile, and I am going to go ahead and claim this route here. It is not necessarily one of the ones that I need for my trails that I'm wanting. However, it is one of the few trails that goes through this central area, and so is one that would be definitely a good one for me to claim. Then the other part of this game is our clocks, and if you look very closely, we have clocks, and these are the time zones for each time zone along the world map. And what we do, and yes, there are 24, but we're only going to use 20 of them. And what we're going to do is we're going to place a little building at the end of each round on the clock. And if we have 4 people that are playing, then if we use 20 of them, then we will have finished our 80 days when each person has had a round and we've had 20 moves. So that would help us to put a time limit on our game. It also will be able to let us try to complete our game in the 80 days time limit. So I hope you enjoyed this game. What you would do is just have fun, and it's a great family game to be able to play. We would add up all of our points at the end of the game and see who would be the winner. I hope you enjoyed our game of Passepartout.